Speaking of time, we are starting to run out of it here, so we're going to move on to track 9.
Aha, Bill Fay, I hear you calling.
I hear you calling from the river bank. I will be coming.
That was I Hear You Calling, which is a Bill Fay cover from 2021.
Your label mates with Bill Fay as well. Is that someone
Yes.
you've been a fan of for a long time? Did you discover him through the Dead Oceans connection? What's your relationship with Bill there?
I've been a fan of him for a long time, and I knew him before Dead Oceans. Definitely a selling point for me to sign.
Right.
When you got Phil Waldorf being like, "We got Bill Fay," you know. I love you so much, Phil. I love you so much. But yeah, that was a huge selling point for me, and I'm a huge fan of Bill Fay. You know, us in Woods. You know, we listen to a lot of him in the van, and it's a little full circle ending on that song. Jarvis from Woods, Jarvis Tavernier, he recorded that song. It was a cool thing that we got to do together and collaborate in that way. And yeah, you know, I've exchanged a few emails with Bill via Phil. He's such a songwriting hero, and kind of like what I was saying about someone like Melina. But you've seen the sort of generations tack on to his fandom, and it's really cool to see. And you see people like Jeff Tweedy, you know, being obsessed with his songs. And it's so cool to just see all these people who, you know, recognize and realize just how amazing his work is. And that song was a live staple for me around the time that I signed with Dead Oceans, which felt like a special thing and sort of a kismet thing. I was always playing I Hear You Calling out on the road, and I'm so glad that I got to do that one. And I love that song.
That's interesting that you said, because I was saying that it kind of, in terms of the sort of themes, the religious themes in that song that Bill uses, I think was it from 1971, the Roundabout Singing Souls, there's echoes for what you were doing around about that time.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, it's funny, the chord progression is similar to my song Parade. And so I would blend those two. I'd kind of make this medley out of the two songs. And, you know, it's one of those things where it felt like very similar to my music. And that makes sense because my music is just so influenced by his music. So he's one of the great ones. I got to correspond with him a little bit. You know, he said thank you. And he said something to the effect of, you know, who knew that like a song I wrote in the 70s in a London apartment would make its way all the way here. And I think that's super special and super cool to think about.
Do you have a favorite cover version that someone else has done?
Nina Simone is the god of covers. You know, her record To Love Somebody is just, you know, it's got the Bee Gees cover, To Love Somebody. She does Just Like Tom Thumb's Blues by Bob Dylan. She does Suzanne by Leonard Cohen. She does another Dylan song on that I'm not thinking of right now. But, I Shall Be Released. And Nina Simone, because it's a very difficult thing. Like, as much as I love Katie and I's version of Farewell Transmission and Dark Don't Hide It, doesn't come anywhere close to the original. And I fully believe that. Nina Simone yielded the power to make a cover better than the original, which is very, very rare power.
Yeah.
You have to be a certain type of musician and just person, I think, to be able to pull that off. So I think, for what it's worth, her cover of Suzanne by Leonard Cohen is maybe the best cover of all time.